What's going on, guys? So in this video we're going to be talking about a fragrance that I kind of forget I have sometimes, and shame on me. I've meant to review this one for a few years now. I've been wearing it here on my trip. It's absolutely fantastic. We are talking about Chanel Allure Homme Sport Cologne. This is the older style where it actually says Cologne Sport at the bottom, but it's the same fragrance. This is a big 5.1 ounce bottle. I want to talk to you about it, so stay tuned. So when you first spray this one, I do have a fresh spray on my hand, you are met with this lovely medley of mouth-watering citrus. It's a very juicy fruit, fresh, alluring, and pretty authentic citrus for the most part. I'm not going to sit here and call it, higher-end luxury niche authentic citrus smell, but for a designer, it's in that upper echelon of much more believable citrus. This has a similar scent profile and style to the famed Allure Homme Cologne, Mercedes-Benz Cologne, and even Jimmy Choo Man Ice. And I've said this previously in a video where I think this blows all of those out the water, and it's also the most expensive of all the fragrances I mentioned, so it should blow it out the water. So there's a little bit of elemi resin, there's some fresh greens in here, I believe it's a fir balsam note, and there's a little bit of spice, a little bit of woods, but overall you're going to get a lovely, bright, fresh, ozonic, almost aquatic type feel, because the juiciness of the citrus is so fresh and watery. It's almost got an ozonic aquatic type of feel. There's a fresh spicy accord here, because like I said, there is some spices. There's a little creaminess from some elemi resin and some fresh greens and such. Very aromatic, but not so much of a soapy aromatic. It doesn't come across really soapy to me. It's very fresh and clean. Like I said, lemonade type of smell, but not completely, because there's a lot more going on. For being a citrus aromatic, citrus dominant fragrance, it's actually got a little bit of depth and complexity. There's a light musk. Like I said, that fir balsam really stands out here. The spices never take over the scent. It's a lovely medley that's done just right with Chanel's quality for this line. This is a super underrated fragrance that does not really get a lot of love. It's such a special scent profile. It really is. It's one that you can spray on the heavier side if you want a massive scent bubble. If you want to be a bit more subdued, you go easy on the sprays. But no matter how many times you spray it, you're more than likely going to enjoy the way you smell, because this is, hands down, one of the best high heat summer fresh fragrances I've ever put on my skin. Like I said, shame on me for forgetting I have it sometimes, because this should be a staple in my rotation every spring and summer, to be honest with you, because this smells damn good. Now, in regards to performance, this one always surprises me, because it's in the 6 to 8 hour range in longevity, more so on the latter 7 to 8 hour range before it becomes a faint skin scent. The life on this always surprises me, because it's a pretty authentic smelling citrus, not completely natural, but pretty natural overall. It doesn't smell chemically synthetic. It doesn't smell very unnatural. It's a beautiful fresh smell. So you would think it's not going to last that long. It sticks to my skin like glue. I don't know what it is about the fragrance, because I believe it's an eau de toilette. I don't know if it's on the bottle here or not. I would think it would be. It is not. It's a big 150 ml. I'm pretty confident this is an eau de toilette, because it has the brightness to it. It's that type of style where, to really get the freshness that they're looking for with this type of composition, they would need eau de toilette to really get that brightness and projection. But it's, like I said, it sticks to the skin. And speaking of that projection, this is one that you will get non-stop whiffs of for the first few hours of the life of this fragrance. This will reach out and grab people, especially in the first 2 hours. This one has a relatively lingering type of sillage, surprisingly, for how fresh it is. And the projection beyond arm's length in the first hour. Then in the second hour, it's still got some pretty good reach at a few feet out. I can't tell you exactly how far out, but it definitely pushes and pumps off the skin in the first 2 hours. And then the next 2 hours or so, you have a pretty moderate sillage, surprisingly strong sillage with this one and scent bubble that over time gets weaker and weaker, obviously, but the performance is better than expected with this fragrance. I don't know if it's just my skin or what's the case exactly, but performance on this, for as fresh and citrus dominant as this is, it's absolutely fantastic. To be such a quality citrus fragrance and get this type of performance is almost mind-boggling, because it's not full of synthetics to really help it get that level of performance, not that I recall anyways. The stuff, performance on it, better than anticipated. Final thoughts on Chanel Allure Homme Sport Cologne, also formerly known as Chanel Allure Homme Sport Cologne Sport. I think this is a great fragrance. This is absolutely fantastic. I can't imagine too many people not liking this. This is a compliment pulling type of citrus fragrance. It's super enjoyable. It does have a little bit of masculine tone, but I really believe this is very unisex and anybody can wear it. It's refreshing, it's cooling, it's very uplifting. Like I said, I think it's great. This is definitely an 8 out of 10 fragrance in my mind. I can't imagine giving it any lower, even though 7 and 7.5 really are great ratings in my rating system. That's very good fragrances. This is a cut above. This is a great fragrance. It's awesome to have a large bottle of this one, but still get the performance, and it doesn't spoil easily, because this is an 8-year-old bottle at this point, and it is not soured. It has not spoiled. It smells so good, just as good as a few years ago when it was an old bottle when I got it. This is really good stuff. Get out and sample this. Get your nose on it if you're looking for that certain type of citrus fragrance that doesn't smell cheap. Because there's citrus dominant fragrances that smell cheap, but you get the performance, because a lot of people are looking for staying power. Not even necessarily overwhelming projection, but they want it to last, if nothing else. And for what this scent profile is, this stuff actually really lasts. Well, that's my thoughts and feelings on Chanel Allure Homme Sport Cologne. And until next time, do me a real quick favor. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, because I do appreciate all the feedback, and I love hearing from you guys. How many of you have tried this? What do you think about it? Do you agree with me that it's an absolutely great fragrance? Do you get weaker performance? Because that's going to be all over the place. It's a per case basis. Some people are going to get weak performance with this. Some people may get better performance than I get, but I can't imagine too many people getting super strong beyond what I get, or much weaker. I could see this falling for most anywheres in the 4 to 8 hour range, because even if you get 4 to 5 hours on this, for the scent profile, I think you're still doing pretty well. But those of you getting really good performance, I'd love to read about it down in the comments. Even those of you getting terrible performance, there's both sides of the coin. Let me know down below. And until next time, I will say, if you get your hands on Allure Homme Sport Cologne from Chanel and you give it a spray now, pretty confident you'll thank me later. Some really good stuff. Have a good one, guys.